guys. How's everybody doing? This is a VRR to Paladin Piper. He asked us what is the meaning of life. So I'm gonna give here the short version for those of you that don't want to sit through a long video, and then the long version for the ones that want to stay a little longer and watch me explain my answer. So meaning of life. Sometimes when you kind of change the words around, uh, you can understand things a little bit better. So, meaning of life, or what makes life meaningful? And the short answer, in my opinion, it is caring about or loving something. And I would argue that unless you care about or love something, then your life has no meaning. And I'm about to explain that. But that's the short answer. What makes life meaningful is to care about or to love something. All right, for everybody else that wants to stay a little longer, let's go in detail now. So, first, to include everybody, we have to divide this into two things. There's some people that believe in afterlife, and others believe in just life here on earth. And I would include everybody into this discussion because it's only fair that we include both. So I'm going to start with the simpler answer, which is this side here. People that believe in the afterlife, they usually have a religious belief like Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism. There's many religions out there that believe that there is an afterlife, and therefore what you do, what makes life meaningful, is that you prepare yourself for that afterlife, which in all these cases is longer than in current life. Most people here live 80 to 100 years old if you're lucky. So it's fairly short compared to what the afterlife might be. In the Christianity belief, it's eternal life. So of course that's a lot longer than your little 100 years here on earth. And so your life has meaning when you are actually preparing yourself for that, and you are either meeting those requirements or that you're devoting yourself to your beliefs so that you could have a more pleasant afterlife. Now for the people over here, the people that do not believe in afterlife, all you have is earth. So all you have is just the years that you're here, and you're trying to make the best out of them, because that's all you have. And that's where this caring about love or loving something gives this life on earth some meaning. So that's what Flat Cap thinks about it. But where did I come from thinking of all this? Well, I went to someone that actually spent his life studying about this, and his name was Abraham Maslow. And he created a little pyramid. I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. And he called it the pyramid of needs. It's Maslow's hierarchy. Didn't want you to see the bottom part, but anyway, we'll go over that. And the belief is that you have to kind of meet some of these needs, to base needs, in order to move forward to a better life. And to answer the question, what is the meaning of life, going through all these stages so that you can achieve the last level. And at the basic part here, we have survival. That means our basic needs of food, shelter, things that we need just to survive. We have still people, on this earth that really, this is their meaning of life. They're still in the survival mode. They might live in a jungle or a poor place, and just finding that fruit to eat or getting that animal, that's meaningful to their life, because they need that to survive. And forget about any other part of this pyramid. as long as they can meet this, they can survive every day, and their life has meaning because they get to stay alive. Once we meet this, our basic needs that are down here, then we move on to the next one, which will be safety. Now, to give an example of how this survival one has to come first, if we put any of us in a deserted island, we may not even care about our safety. The waters may have sharks in it, but we have to go and get some fish to eat. And at that point, we're thinking of our survival first. Now, once our survival is met, then now we think about safety. How can we be safe in the environment in this world? After that, we move into, and I'm just going to put all these three together because they kind of actually go together. After you can meet these basic needs of your life, then you move into the sense of belongingness. And forget my chicken scratch. And love. This applies to the YTPC. Some of us, join things like the YTPC or a club or get into a relationship because, we have these needs, and now we're moving towards the needs of loving or loving someone or being loved, being part of a group, being part of some kind of social involvement, and which that builds our self-esteem. And which gets us to the final stage, which is self-actualization. And that's a fancy word, but what it really means is just to be the best version of yourself. And that's where this bottom part came here that I wrote. Those three things that at the end, you're either striving to be, one of three things or all three together. Being the best version of yourself, that's the personal. Making a significant impact on loved ones or others, and that's, the others part of your meaning of life. And the last, which only some people get to achieve, is make a contribution to the world. A scientific discovery or something that is actually an impact to the whole world. And some people get to do that. So this is the long version. This was actually Maslow, a psychologist, Abraham Maslow's interpretation of it. And of course, I used that and some other readings to kind of come up with the question of what makes life meaningful. Well, again, you have to care about or love something in order to put you through all these stages to be the best version of yourself, make a significant impact on the loved ones, or make a contribution to life. I would argue if you don't care about anything, then life has no meaning for you. I hope that satisfied your question there, Paladin Piper. You have a great channel. I'm glad that you started making videos. Your content is awesome. I hope you continue. I hope you continue asking us questions that make us think. And until next time, have a good weekend. Bye.